We really want you to show that you offer a high return on investment with as many quantifiable elements and metrics as possible. Hey Badass, and welcome back to the Badass Careers YouTube channel, which is all about helping you to design your dream career and get you really intentional about going out there and making that happen. If you're new around here, my name is Rosie. I'm a New Zealander, hence the funny accent, and I'm an ex-corporate HR manager / recruiter turned career coach. And I help people all around the world to find clarity, find their purpose, to brand and position themselves, and to land their next dream move. And if you're here, you're probably working on your resume, right? And so I don't need to tell you twice the importance of having a very standout strategic resume document, especially in the kind of competitive market that we have today. So congrats on being here, because this is already the first step to making sure that your resume looks different, sounds different, and actually makes recruiters and hiring managers be like, whoa, who's this? We have to meet them. And if you're here as well, you've probably heard 1,000 times over that you need to quantify your accomplishments on your resume, and you need to back it up with data, and you're probably like, my work is impossible to quantify, and all of that good stuff. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into in this video. I'm actually going to talk you through step by step how you can quantify, qualify, and make the achievements and accomplishments under your experience section on your resume that much more impactful. So let's talk about how we can turn your experience section into a series of accomplishment statements so that you can really showcase your transferable skills and all your best stuff, so that you can really stand out as the high value hire and premium product that you are. But firstly, I think it could be interesting to discuss why this is important. So the Greek philosopher Aristotle taught 3 pillars of effective persuasion: ethos, pathos, and logos. He believed most in the power of logos, using evidence, facts, data, statistics. And Aristotle was a pretty smart dude, because all of the recent studies show that humans, for whatever reason, when there's a number involved, when there's a tangible result, it's not only more impressive, but more believable too. Plus, companies want high achievers, right? They don't want to know that you just had a role responsibility and you executed that. They want to know how you approached it and what you did differently to really go above and beyond. So we want to convince them that you're one of those, you're one of the high achievers. So why do the majority of resumes and resume templates out there just read like job description? Like, was responsible for this, did this, filed papers, organized things. Like, why do they read like this? Because it's actually quite a hard concept to grasp, really, when it comes to turning your day-to-day activities, things that became so normal to you, into highlights and accomplishments and making them that much more concrete. But that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, so that your resume writing is going to be smooth sailing from here on out. So grab your resume, grab your notebook, get ready to take some tips down. This is your step-by-step guide to ditching the duties and making those bullet points underneath your experiences sing your praises. So step 1, you have to really understand the difference and know the difference between a duty or responsibility and an accomplishment statement. So planned events would be a job duty. It was just on your job description. It was in your realm of what you had to get done. Planned events. Whereas raised $100,000 by selling out tickets to a 200-person charity event is an accomplishment. Because honestly, tell me, what sounds better to you? Managed HR division for department, or strategically managed HR for 500 employee division, reducing employee turnover by 11%. Boom! It's so important to grasp this, because you don't want to be telling the recruiter or hiring manager something they already know. Especially if you're going for a similar role, most people are going to be able to say, oh, okay, I get it, by the job title. They can infer what you've done. What they want to know is how you did it. What you want under there are bullet points that sell you, and what you want under there are bullet points that position you as a high value and expensive hire, no? So what you've got to keep in mind is the framework: action, result, impact. What action did you take? What result did it have? And what was the impact? At least having action and result, or action and impact, is also a good alternative, but having all 3 is like ding, 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 ding. So first steps first, I want you to ditch the role description and what you were responsible for doing. And for each role, I want you to have a bit of a brainstorming session and ask yourself these kinds of questions. What did I do that was above and beyond my normal job duties? How did I stand out amongst other employees? What did people come to me for? What was I known for? Was I ever recognized by a supervisor, an internal client, or a team member for a job really well done? And what was I doing in that moment and why? Did I ever win any awards or accolades? What new processes did I implement to improve things? What problems did I solve? What challenges did I overcome? What projects did I work really, really hard on? Did I ever consistently meet quotas or deadlines or targets? Did I save the company money? Did I save the company time? What made me really great at my job? This is the level of information that people want. This is what they want to hear. So brainstorm that for every single role that you've done. And don't worry about numbers and stuff at this stage. This is just about getting the concepts, the ideas, the moments, the highlights down on paper. Now for the next layer, we're going to try and paint the picture with numbers. And this won't always work, and that's okay. We've got an alternative for that. But a lot of the times we can add numbers to things. So I want you to take your list and add in as many facts and figures as you can. How many people were impacted by your work? Like if you rolled out a software solution, to how many employees? 10,000, 20,000? If you exceeded goals in any way, by what percentage? You can easily Google percentage increase calculator and plug in the numbers, like this was the target and this is what I actually got, and it will spit out the percentage increase that you achieved. Instead of saying that you actively managed a budget, tell us the amount of the budget. How much was it worth? How much money did you save? How much money did you manage? Did the impact of your work result in any of the following? Happier customers, which means more sales. Happier employees. And if you're working with employees, how many employees went through your training programs? What was the average percentage score of your feedback? If you were running events, how many people were attending? What was the budget of the event? What was the size and the scope? If you're writing content, how many views were your blog posts getting? How much traffic was going to the website overall? Even for something like a retail sales job, how much cash was coming into that cash register every day that you were handling? It could be thousands or tens of thousands worth of transactions that you're handling on a day-to-day basis. How much foot traffic was coming in from customers? How many customers were you serving on a day-to-day basis? And what did that look like over a week, over a month, over a year? Estimates here are completely fine. Do you have any client satisfaction scores, feedback, data at all that you can integrate here? We really want you to show that you offer a high return on investment with as many quantifiable elements, metrics as possible. So with any story you have, I want you to ask yourself the following kind of questions. How many people showed up? How much time was saved? How many meetings did I organize? What was the size of the budget? How many views did it get? How many interactions? How often did this occur? Whatever your situation is, just keep asking the questions to see if any kind of metric or number can appear. As I said, estimates are totally fine at this stage. Don't lie, don't exaggerate, but a genuine estimate is totally cool. And for the last part, I want you to now add the benefit or the impact. So you've got your action and your result, like a quantifiable result, and now tell me about the impact. Or if you is impossible to quantify, fine, we're going to do action and impact. That's cool too. So we're going to think about now the benefit and the impact of the work that you did. So we're really taking it one step further and thinking, what was the benefit to my boss, to my team, to the company culture, whatever it is, but what was the benefit? What was the ripple effect? If I did this at the end of the day and it was like ripple, 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 where did it get to? Because by doing this, not only are you communicating what you're capable of, you're communicating what your future employer will get from you or the kinds of results that can be expected through hiring you. And let's face it, everyone wants to know what's in it for them. So let's say you have created 20 client reports each month on your list. Instead, you can write something like created and prepared 20 monthly status reports to ensure clients consistently received complete and timely information. Here are some other examples. Managed social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest, using integrated marketing campaigns to build brand awareness and increase followers by up to 300%. Developed a digital marketing and communication strategy that contributed to a 30% increase in the community base across 5 continents. That's a great one if you're doing social media or putting anything out there on a global scale, being able to say how many countries or continents it was present in. Led a stellar marketing team and together produced 300 plus high-performing content pieces, resulting in a 20% website traffic increase. Planned and executed 3 global launch products end-to-end, hitting a record of PR coverage in the company's history with 50+ mentions, initiated a new business proposition project with an additional revenue potential of 1 million euros per year, collaborated with People Team to create and roll out 4 new internal employee policies around parental leave, social events, and more to improve employee retention rates, trained phone support employees and new recruits with new scripts that reduce training time from 2 weeks to 3 days. See how powerful that is? Imagine if you have an entire 1-page resume full of those. I would honestly rather see 3 compelling action, result, impact statements under your experience than like 6 to 9 role description bullet points. It does not look better, it does not look fancier, it doesn't look like you're more important or more experienced. It's just a waste of real estate. If you can have compelling action, result, impact statements under your experience section, it's honestly a game changer. And you know, a resume full of accomplishments like this is the best way to show off what you can do and set you up for that next success, which is landing your next dream job. So I hope that this mini training was useful for you. Otherwise, if you don't have it yet, I also have a free download, my killer resume cheat sheet, which I'll also link in the description box down below, because that will be really useful for you when it comes to going through your resume and just checking off that it has all of the features of a high achieving and expensive looking resume. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Stay badass, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!